Howdy folks, and welcome to another episode of Stanley and the Sea Can. Alright, this will be the second in our four-part little mini-series on gun bans in Canada in the last little while. So after the first gun ban, we had a couple years of relative stability, and then we had a new one in December of 2024, which was, well, very recently. So what they went after this time was a lot of pistol caliber carbines disappeared, some fancy looking 22s that kind of look scary. They began to go after bullpups, and of course we have our WK-180C. Like I said before, I'm one of the few people who got my name on the list every time, so this is a prototype of the TNA WK with all sorts of interesting marks and things as we were changing things and different aftermarket mods that we were working on, prototypes, all sorts of stuff. But so what were they going after this time? So this list kind of just appeared out of the blue. We weren't really expecting the WK to be on there, because there's so many of those now. It's a prolific gun, and it's based off of the AR-180B, which they specifically left off the first list. So why would you put it on the list the second time? So no one knows. We don't know. They don't know, I don't think. We got some of these Israeli type firearms. This is the bullpup. So it looks like it has a short little barrel, but in fact the barrel starts back here. So it's a bullpup action. This is a Tavor 7, and this here is just a little pistol caliber carbine. I believe that's a JR carbine. Yeah, so that's kind of what they went after. So it seemed like the idea for that list there was to capture the rest of the military style, you know, in parentheses there, military style, angry assault style weapons that were used and designed for military use only. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because this was never used in the military. This is, of course, because this is Israeli stuff, but this was never used in the military, and no military would ever want to use those things, right? Like this, the AR-180B was specifically designed for the commercial market, and again, the JR carbines and the Thuron Defense and the FX9s and all those types of things, they were all made for the civilian market, just kind of training, plinking, the whole pistol caliber carbine, PCC type world. So one thing that we're kind of noticing here that is bad and they don't like is this functionality, this modular functionality is what seems like what they're really going after, where you can kind of add things, take things away nice and easy, you know, change your muzzle brakes, change your hand guards, put little M-lock grips and all these things, adjustable stocks. They all kind of, to a layman, look the same, I guess you could argue. Maybe not this one so much, but these guys, you could say, oh yeah, it's the same thing. Sure, just maybe something's a little bit different in there, but whatever, it's all the same. That's kind of what we're thinking with the second gun ban, the December of 2024 gun ban. So again, it was kind of trying to finish off the list and take away a whole bunch of these types of things that kind of look like an AR-15, which is regardless of how it functions, whether it's the same caliber, the same style, the same anything, it's just all kind of what they're going after. So it's kind of become a gut feeling that they really, really don't like the idea of having detachable magazines and centerfire firearms. There was a lot of 22 caliber, like plinking type things. There's like the GSG 16s and 15s and all these things. These are firearms that look kind of similar to this, but we're shooting 22 long rifle that were captured by these lists. And that was, I think, very upsetting to a lot of people, because again, there's absolutely no way any military would have ever had any interest in having those types of firearms. But that's what they say, military style assault weapons, right? So whatever that means, they don't know, we don't know. We're just kind of rolling with the punches here, right? So the second ban, again, finishing off anything that kind of looks like an AR, assault rifle, right, of course, or I guess we just want to forget that Armalite was involved in there somehow. And then the second major kind of topic of things they were going after now is the bullpups. So in the second gun ban, we also lost the PS90s, the FS2000s, all these kind of interesting bullpup type firearms, a bunch of the shotguns. They also took away all the shotguns, or pretty much finished their list of taking away shotguns that look like AR style. So anything that kind of had this look and feel was now bad, effective on, well, December 2024. Another complete style that they tried to take away, and relatively successful in the December of 2024 gun ban, was any of these belt-fed type firearms, regardless whether they were made to be semi-auto only with special left-hand plates, right-hand plates. Specifically, the right side plates are the registered firearm when it comes to something like that. And then again, some of these types of firearms over here, you could have a TNW MG34, again, it's belt-fed. There were some smaller companies like Tipman and Lakeside Machine that had even 22 long rifle firearms. Some of them looked like this 1919 style. Some of them were built up, like the Vindicator was built up to look more like a kind of like a Tommy gun type thing. They all were captured on the 2024 ban. So belt fed bad, detachable magazines bad, bullpup bad, anything that looks like a AR bad.